Hi, my name is Agata. Welcome in Agata's Cottage. It's time for Friday Sews. I have tons to share with you. Thank you, Jen, for allowing me this opportunity to use the hashtag Friday Sews. They are one of my favorite videos to make, and it's like having a cup of tea or a coffee with a distant friend. And I absolutely love making Friday Sews videos. I have tons to catch up. I did attempt to record Friday Sews last week, but I got caught up in a spring cleaning frenzy. And I will be a little bit, this Friday shows will be a little bit unstructured. I will just talk what things come to mind. So the last time I left you, I was going for a night out with SoSew Sewcial Club. I had fabulous time. Ladies were very welcoming and everything was just great. And I actually felt really pretty and put together and kind of on a point, and I absolutely loved my outfit. I even got a compliment from a teenager, random teenager on the street, who told me that she loves my outfit. So that made my day. And I've been asked a few times in the bathrooms, where did I get my top, my sparkly shiny top? I only have one picture that I took just almost when I was getting ready to go home, because I realized I had so much fun. I didn't even think about taking any pictures. I was just being in the moment. And I absolutely loved the night out, and I cannot wait for the next one. I haven't done as much sewing as I hoped over the Easter break, partially because it was my own fault. So the week before Easter, Alice was off from school, and I got to the stage of doing intensive spring cleaning. We clean out the attic. We sort out some of my fabrics. I put away two big boxes of fabrics for distash that I realized that there is no chance I will make them in the next 5 years. So there's no point of keeping them in my stash, or I just fell off the love with them. So yeah, it is what it is. So I just need to get ready and organize when Alice is back to school with putting the fabrics for this stash. When I was cleaning the attic, I pulled the muscle in my right shoulder, somewhere here. Um, I suffer with sciatica, um, result of me falling down on my butt on our wedding day in front of the church, everyone in the church. It's a long story, but anyway, my spine is a little bit off sometimes, and basically I pull the muscle up to hold back, and I was like, okay, I need to take it easy. So Thursday I was cleaning the sitting room, etc., and doing a little bit here and there. And Friday we were finishing with sitting room, and we were because I when I do spring cleaning, I really do spring cleaning, including moving the furniture and stuff like that. And I did a lot of baking and cooking and preparations, things that I would normally do on Saturday before Easter. However, because I was going for Sewing Sewcial on Saturday, I had to have everything done on Friday, plus few little snacks for Saturday. And that also added a little bit of strain to my right shoulder, right arm, because I'm right-handed. So Saturday I went for a Sewing Sewcial, and it was fabulous. I had so much fun. The room was at full capacity. There is space for 12 people. There's 12 desks, and it was great fun. I made two things during the social, and I finished two things. So first things that I finished are the mats. So I had put the binding on 2 out of 4 mats, and I just finished the 2 remaining mats for our Easter table. They are kind of all over the place. So the rest of the mats is still on our table, and I will just take them off on Sunday and put them for wash and store them for another year in the box with all my Easter decorations. This year I actually went very lazy with my Easter decorations. I had tons of little tiny plastic eggs that Alice picked. Like she loved decorating the house with them when she was little. She is not into this anymore, so I just dumped them all into big jar, um, big IKEA jar, and I just left them on the window and put few little chickens and stuff like that inside. And I'm planning to just shove everything inside, put the lid on, and put it to my box with the decorations, so I can just take it out next year. Call it lazy mom hack. Anyway, the next thing that I needed to do for our Easter table was a bunny. You might ask why you made the bunny not so long ago. I did, but we were going to visit my dear friend Josie, and Alice decided, Mommy, we need to take Josie a bunny. So I took our bunny to Josie, and I made another one just doing Sewing Sewcial. It was just super cute little thing to make, and it gave me great opportunity to talk because there was a bit of hand sewing involved, etc. So I could chat when I was sewing. Um, Also during social, I made a tote bag. When we were cleaning the attic with Alice, I found little box with cotton canvas and few other upholstery fabrics that I put away for doing tote bags because I had either a meter or less than a meter or even half of the meter, and they were perfect for doing tote bags. So I decided to pick one and just make a tote bag for for a gift. So I made that one. It's a cotton canvas. I used the tutorial by Alisa from Thoughtful Creativity. I will leave the link down below. It's great, fun make, and instructions are extremely helpful. So she basically keeps you hand in hand and tells you what to do step by step. I added the zipper and I added my own little touch. I added little um, pokey here with the D-ring, and I made little pouch so you can put your coins in there or your keys or your cards, something like that. Or for example, if you are taking a tote bag and you are taking your dog, you can put your dog poo bags there, whatever. And because it's on the uh, little clip, clippy thingy, you can just take it separately and attach to something else. And I think it turned out super cute. I had great fun making it, and uh, it was easy enough project that I could make it and still help some other people with their projects. I also added a snap, and when I got home, I added a label because I forgot to take a label with me. How silly of me. So as I mentioned during the social, I was helping few ladies. They were doing quilted jackets or quilted vests. So I was helping a little bit with uh, how to do the binding on the inside and how to bind the pockets. Uh, I actually do love sharing my love of sewing and my knowledge with others. So it was great fun. What were other things that I did? I made more napkins for Alice for school. So as before, they are just 12.5 inch squares from the precuts that I did before. And I just put two together, stitched, turn around, etc. They are very handy and very easy. And we actually loved using homemade napkins during our Easter dinner. So I know I will be making tons more for us just to use at home. I also made Easter bunting. It's reversible. Of course, I finish it after Easter, you know how it is, but it will wait in the box for next year. So I finished it on Monday. I just had no chance to finish it earlier. To be honest, I forgot to take it with me for the Sewing Sewcial, and there was no point of trying to do it on Saturday evening because I was exhausted. And by the time we were back from the evening mass, it was almost 11 p.m. at night, so it was time to go to bed and sleep. On Easter Sunday, as mentioned before, we participated in the charity walk, local charity walk. It's for the Irish Cancer Society, and it was great fun. Well done to organizers. There was great attendance. To be honest, I was a little bit afraid at some point that I won't be able to make it back home because my shoulder was driving me insane. I could feel it when I was walking, basically the strain. And in fairness, sewing for the whole day and carrying the machine and other things didn't really help my shoulder. So after dinner, I had very long nap because I was exhausted and my shoulder was really, really bothering me. So on Monday, I finished the bunting. I didn't hang it. I would just put it to the box and wait for next year. And that was the only thing that I could do on a day because I was just too sore with my arm. So what else did I make? I actually worked on some mending. Uh, it's actually kind of mending, kind of upcycling or alteration. I will start with first. So a few months ago, I bought trousers in Tesco's. They do have decent clothing range, and they were men's trousers. And I bought them because I was very curious of the pocket they were doing. It was like a big pocket with like a cargo pocket, but it had a different way, like it didn't have the pleat like typical pocket, and it seemed a little bit different in the construction. They were on sale for something like 10 euros, so I bought them basically just to see how the pocket is done up close and try to figure it out myself. And turned out they kind of fitted me, not fully. They needed some alterations. So what I did, I unpicked the waistband, I added short elastic, and turned out that the trousers didn't have belt loops. And to be honest, I didn't notice it didn't have belt loops. So I put them on and they were fine. And I wanted to put the belt on and there's no belt loops. I know it's silly, but it's for me it's so obvious that men's trousers are coming with belt loops. It didn't occur to me that there were none. So I didn't thought about adding them when I had whole waistband unpicked, but I decided I'm gonna do them easy way. I didn't have any black fabric that would be suitable except for cotton poplin, but then I thought I have extra wide. It's like 2.5 centimeters bias binding, so I'm gonna use that for making belt loops, and I did. So they aren't attached like professionally the way the belt loop should be added, but I didn't want to unpick the waistband again because the inside of the trousers were so messy. There were so many threads fraying that I was afraid if I will keep unpicking, there will be nothing to stitch on. I absolutely love how the trousers turn out. I wore them last week to Sewing Sewcial and they were perfect. They are comfortable. So it was a good buy and a good save. The next thing I worked on is a bit of embroidery to hide a little bit of stain and a tiny hole on one of my favorite home t-shirts. It's home t-shirt because I wore it to the death and it's not really great for going to the people. Fabric is a little bit like, it wasn't the bestest quality to start with. It was pure cotton and it's kind of like little bubbly on the outside already, but I wanted to extend the life of it, so I got some uh, cheap like stick on embroidery patches to embroider. So I got them off Amazon. I'm not entirely sure if I would be recommending them or not. uh, I washed them, but it took ages to wash off um, the glue type of thingy that was on the outside, and my needle was sticking a lot. So I'm not entirely sure that I will be recommending them. I'm gonna see how I wear it a few times. I need to wash it properly in the washing machine, not just hand washed, and then I will show you the finished result. I am happy with how it turned out, but we will see how it wears. We talked about my makes, my mending projects, all the social events, holidays, etc. Now let's talk about fabric. As you might know, I started fabric buying ban with the last sew is standing as of 2nd of March. I didn't last long. And why? Because EcoB fabrics are closing. I talked about this my last Friday show, so 2 weeks ago, and my heart is breaking for her. The fabrics that I bought from her arrived, and I decided, after talking with few local fabric shop owners over last few months, that I'm going to change my approach towards my fabric buying ban. So I'm allowing myself to buy one fabric from the closest shop to me a month. However, I need to make that fabric into something before I will buy another fabric. And it's to support them. And I think if everyone who's sewing would approach this with the thought, okay, I make 2, 3 things a month. If I will buy from my local shop things for one project a month, that will support them and that will allow them to survive and hopefully to thrive. Um, we do need to think about supporting local businesses, because the reality is um, they are the businesses that will support school raffles, that will support you if you get stuck. Like today, I drove to Ross because I needed specific white thread, because I'm in the middle of the project and my thread is basically run out, and there's a slightly different shade of the white in my stash, but it's visible. I can see that it's different, and I was finishing the neckline and I had to go and get the specific color. If she wouldn't be there, her shop wouldn't be there, I wouldn't be able to get that specific thread so quickly. I would have to order it and wait probably till next week to actually get my hands on the thread that I need. Or, God forbid, I actually wouldn't know what color to choose from and I would need to match the thread to the fabric. That wouldn't be possible. Do it in person. I would have to, I don't know what to do. So, it's important to support your local shops. So recently I bought 2 fabrics from Ross. I will show them to you shortly. Both are with specific projects in mind. One is for self-standing project. The other one is to support the fabric that I got from Ecobee. So now first, the fabric that I got uh, on its own. So it's just plain standard stripy jersey. I'm planning to do one of the new look t-shirts with it, and I do have an idea for very fun finish of the neckline, but I need to see if I can figure out how to make it. We will see. As mentioned before, I got some fabrics from Ecobee. I mainly picked fabrics that I know that I can use them up even in 5 years' time, because they are something that I know is useful in our wardrobe. One of the fabrics is something that I have been asking Elvie to get for a very long time, so I'm happy she finally got it. And it's pity that, unfortunately, that's the last time I can beg her for something. So first fabric, it's brush French terry. It's in just plain black for hoodie for Kris. I do have a probably, oops, sorry, knock down a few things. I probably have 2 or 3 meters of brush French terry in my stash already. However, I do use it for trousers for Alice and for hoodie for Kris, so that will be gone quickly. And unfortunately, no one has as amazing quality brush French terry as Elvie does. The fabric that I asked Elvie to get for me is this. So it's a gingham in like a medium size um, square, and I absolutely love it. And it's in the denim blue color. And the fabric that I got to go with it in SoSew in Nace is gingham in very tiny square, because I saw this top. I will put it somewhere here on Instagram, not on Instagram, on Pinterest some time ago, and it's been stuck in my head, and I want to recreate that. So I got meter and a half of this, and I have 6 meters of this, and I wanted 6 meters because not only for the top, but I also want to make myself pleated skirt, probably like below the knee length, and I want to make myself a matching shirt and matching short, basically mini capsule with this in mind for summer. The next fabric should be no surprise to anyone who watches my videos for a little bit longer than a year. It's this. As you all know, I love cherries. Not only to eat, but I actually love fabrics with cherries. I am absolutely obsessed with this. So I got 5 meters of this fabric, and I'm planning to make myself kind of vintage style, maybe not necessarily vintage style, but kind of very girly, in my opinion, dress. So I'm considering two patterns. One is one of the simplicity patterns, and it's patterned by Mimi G. The other one is also patterned by Mimi G, but it's her free Jessica dress pattern, and I will pop the picture somewhere here. So I'm considering one of those two patterns. The simplicity pattern requires boning, and I couldn't get boning in the 6 millimeter size anywhere in Ireland. I checked all the shops, so I might revert to Amazon, but I'm not in a rush, so I'm gonna have a think about this. Um, and we will see. I got 5 meters because basically that's what simplicity pattern asks for, and for the longer skirt, and I absolutely love how big and voluminous it is. And I think it will look super cute. The other fabric that I have in here is for Alice. So Alice asked me for pink gingham, and Elvi had it as well with the blue. So I got her 2 meters, and basically she wants a summer set, so culottes and a top. So I should be more than within my range with 2 meters. It's 150 centimeters wide, so there's plenty of fabric to work with. The next fabric I already have, actually next two fabrics I already have in my stash. First one is this viscose jersey. So sorry, it's viscose poplin. LV had last 2 meters or 2.5 meters on the website, so I snatched it quickly because I think it will be fabulous as wide leg trousers. So the first one that I got, it definitely will be shirt with a hood, but I thought if I will add wide leg trousers in this, it will be fabulous cohort set, or I could wear them separately, and it's such a flowy and such a beautiful fabric when you touch it. So I cannot wait to actually work on those. There might be one of my entries for upcoming May sewing challenge, but about that at the later stage. The next fabric is this. It's cotton poplin. I just love how cute it is. So originally I bought it for top for Alice. Then Alice decided she's not entirely sure if she wants a top or she wants a pencil trousers or whatever she might want. Then she told me, "Mommy, use it for dress a girl," but I didn't have the chance to use it. So I got 2 more meters, and I'm gonna see if she decides what she wants to do with it, because I think we might opt for the wide leg. It's Kaya trousers by Love Notions. She absolutely loved the look of that pattern and asked me to make it in something light for summer. So I think that will look cute. And she has some purple, white, and pink tops in her wardrobe, and even green that would look fabulous with this as a bottom. The next fabric is also for Alice, and it's the cord. So Alice loves everything teal, petrol, or turquoise, aqua. So she spotted this petrol cord on Elvis website, and she asked me could I grab some 4 dungarees for her for early autumn. So I will either use a pattern by Vintage Field, Violet Field. I don't remember the company. I will put the name of the pattern here. So I will either use that fabric for this pattern, or I will use the pattern by Ellie and Mac for overalls that I already made in the past. We will see. I got 1.5 meters because basically that's what was left. I have few more fabrics to share. So I got some solid bottle green a cotton jersey. Turned out I had none in my stash, which was very weird because I love bottle green jersey. I got some netting for bags, but it's not for me. It's for my cousin's daughter. So she's studying fashion design. I did mention her before. So I'm curating a care package for her. So she loves making bags. So I thought that that would be very helpful for her. I got some burgundy cotton jersey. I have a little in my stash, but I do need more because we all love burgundy, and we all want to have one specific project made with it for the whole family. So I needed more of it. So I don't know. I think I got 2 meters. And Alice picked this fabric from recent collection LV got. It's just cute strawberries on a turquoise background. She just wants a short sleeve t-shirt. They were all fabrics that I got. I also got some haberdashery. I got new pair of scissors because you never have enough of fabric scissors. I got some sparkly waistband elastic. I actually want to make myself a gathered skirt with very fitted waistband, and I thought that it will look super cute. Actually, I have a whole bag here of the stuff that I got. I got some cam snaps in black and white. I got various colors of Maraflex thread. I think I got 6 or 7 or maybe more. So a lot of different colors. Let me see what else I got. I got some fold over black elastic for for underwear. I got my favorite sewing tool, knit picker. So I got one for me for my stash. The other one will be for my cousin's daughter. I got tons of various sewing needles because it's not that easy to get all the sewing needles you want, and if your supplier is gone, what you're gonna do. And I got more of the various types of elastics for various sizes just to have in my stash, so I don't have to um, stress out over not having them when I need them. And as I mentioned, some overlocker needles, so basically whole bag of haberdashery. And it was bittersweet delivery because I knew it would be one of the last deliveries I will ever get from Ecobee. So it is sad. I'm trying not to think about that too much. I do have another order almost ready, mainly with webbing, because I realized that I'm running low on webbing, and LV has very, very good quality webbing, and I highly recommend you give it a go while she still have some, and it's on a sale. So I think it's coming to, I put 10 meters in my cart of one color and it was something like €6. So it's definitely cheaper than Timu, Shein, and all other things, and it's way better quality. So we talk about my makes, my plans, my fabrics, my new approaches for the fabric buying ban, etc. And what else? Plans for next few days. So I don't have many sewing plans because I do have a lot of life related plans. fun plans, some sightseeing with the family, a bit of shopping with Kris's sister. I need shoes. So yeah, so that will take some time. However, there are two projects that I really want to work on next week. I want to finish the blouse that I'm working on for, so April blouse, the one that I needed white thread for, and I also want to make my make number 2 for So Lucky Jar. Um, I have fabric picked up. I'm in middle of adjusting the pattern. I couldn't finish adjusting the pattern because of my shoulder. It was just too much strain on it. So shoulder is feeling tiny bit better because I have been trying to be very good and not lift heavy things and not to push it too much. So hopefully I will be okay to apply all the changes next week. We will see. There are a few sewing challenges in May that I'm actually considering participating. Uh, I don't think I will be participating in Me Made May. I normally wear my Me Mates. I don't have that many of them, and they are in rotation. And I did purge my wardrobe recently from the ones that I don't wear. I might work it more like create my mini capsule with the gingham fabric. We will see. I will be definitely participating in the new challenge that's happening. It's in relation to protecting skin and skin cancer awareness. And some of you might know I suffer with dermatitis, so the skin issues are close to my heart. So I do want to participate in that challenge. To be honest, I don't remember the details from the top of my head. I will find all the links, etc., and I will put them in the description box below. That's all from me for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm curious, how do you approach buying from your local shops versus from the shops that offer very cheap fabrics like, I don't know, Riesenstoffen, Minerva, uh, other shops that offer, or Fabric Mart if you are in States, how you approach uh, those purchases versus your local, like totally local, independent, small fabric shops. Do you prefer to go touch the fabrics in person, or you prefer to shop online? I'm very curious of your responses. Thank you for watching, and don't forget, clean your sewing machine and change your needle. Happy sewing. Bye.